name's Klaus and welcome to another Mazda 6 video. You saw the thumbnail, you know what's up. Roll the intro, let's go! I went to the shops to get some goodies, so let me show you what I got and the tools we're gonna need to do this job. Obviously I got myself brake disc and new brake pads, EBC from UK for the Mazda front. Now let's start with the tools we're gonna use or actually need. Impact, a drill, that's acetone. This is shop towels, ceramic brake grease, this is brake pin grease, copper grease, torque wrench. This is an impact screwdriver. I'll show you how to use this. You will need this. Some metal brushes or metal wire brushes. Obviously a jack, breaker bar with 17, hammer, 21, 17 with the lock nut, some screwdrivers, some snippers, I'll show you why, 17 mil, 12, large zip ties, gloves, brake caliper, rewind tool set. I will use high temp temperature paint, some penetrant, brake and clutch cleaner, rust primer. That's it. That's all I will use to do this job.
I have a video on my channel how to jack up the car. If you jack up the car so the wheel slightly still touches the ground, so you can undo the lug nuts without the wheel spinning, then fully jack it up. I'll spray penetrant fluid in the grab screws or the screws that hold the disc.
20 minutes later.
Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Once you turn the screwdriver to loosen the screw, you use the hammer to whack it on its head, and that extra shock gives enough force undo the screw which is rusted at the back. As you can see, the other screw, somebody already messed it up and they tried to drill it out.
6.5 hours later.
Before I mess with that, 12 mil and a 17 to undo the caliper. Remember, don't lose the hardware, you will need it. And these brake pads are rubbish. Let's use the two long zip ties to zip tie the caliper away from the disc and the area you will work on. I will use the upper A arm, let's say, or control arm, whatever that is. Let's zip tie it there. The brake hose isn't stretched and it's hanging there safely. I'll use 17 mil to get off the bracket. If you have problems with this, turn the wheel and use an impact gun. That will do the job perfectly fine. As you can see, the brake disc doesn't want to come off. I can see that the screw head is still touching the brake disc. So I'll drill it out so I can see the hub. Just a little more so we can see that the hub is fully separate. Kicking with your feet is the only option.
One eternity later.
It did take me a long time to do this, a long time. And now you can see the reason why. Somebody skipped on greasing the hub. That's why the rotor or the brake disc got rust while they do it. You can see from the hub itself. Now I'll use all kind of wire brushes to make this as clean as possible. To make sure that I clean the hub face as perfect as I can, so it's as clean and as smooth as it can be. I'll clean everywhere with the wire wheel to get the rust, the flakes and everything else, so we can give it a little prime and a little bit of a color. High temperature, of course. With the flathead screwdriver, just making sure that all the rust chunks are fallen off. And with the smallest part, I'll go around the hub surface to make it clean. I'll spray everything, clean everything with the brake clean. Remember, don't spray the hub itself. You can spray around it, but not the hub. After 5 minutes, when it dries, the high temperature metallic paint. Just 2 light coats will do fine. Last time cleaning the hub and making 100% sure that the hub is clean, smooth and there is nothing on the surface. Now I will apply a good dose of copper grease, so the brake disc never rusts to the hub ever again. Everything's evenly applied and we have plenty of copper grease there. I'll use acetone and clean the brake disc surface where the pads will ride. You need to have this as clean as possible because they put special oil wax on the disc rotor or disc or the rotor so it doesn't rust in the box. Now I'll clean the grab screw or the screw that holds the disc on the hub. Clean off all the rust on the wire brush. And tighten it to the torque specs. The torque spec is on the screen. I couldn't put enough force, so I'll put on my glove so I have enough grip. Let's take out the pins and let's clean everything, completely everything. Had to give it a little Acetone bath so it dissolves whatever that was at the bottom of the pin slider. Let's clean the surfaces where the hardware mounts to the bracket. I wish I would have a parts washer so I could throw this in the parts washer and just wash it all and make it all nice and shiny. But hey, I'm working on my driveway and it is what it is. Applying the pin grease, obviously with clean finger. I went a little more than usually, so behind the boots or the rubbers there is some grease. Slide it back in and make sure it slides in and out nicely. Now screwing back the bracket. Let's torque this down. Wait, there's a problem. You cannot do that. So let me show you a little trick. Turn the wheel so you can access the bolts. Now cleaning all the hardware. With clean hardware, assemble it back and make sure that the lip sits in the bracket, not against the rotor. Brake grease and EBC brake pads. EBC is an UK company. Make sure that the brake pad with the tab, the metal tab on the side, goes at the back. Apply the ceramic brake grease on the ears where it slides on the metal, so it's a smooth slide. So it's all nice and lubricated. Double check that it moves. We can press back in the piston using the piston rewind tool. Before you push in, remember to open the cap so you don't blow a hole or anything like that. The pressure has somewhere to go. As I have done recently, and I've driven only like 3 weeks, the piston didn't came out that much. Now don't forget the hardware, the wires, and then the caliper itself. Put back in the screws so it's secured there, and let's tighten this all up. Remember 17 in the middle and 12 on the back. The torque specs are on the screen, and if you don't have a torque wrench, the good old German Guten Tight will work too. Now check if it moves. Put back the cap for the brake reservoir. Double check. Let's do the last clean on the brake disc. Now let's pump up the brake pedal, make sure it's all solid. Let's roll a little bit and check that it actually does stop. And we're good.
Well, that's it. That's the front brakes done. Now, next video, I'll show you how to bleed all 4 corners. So I'm gonna do the full system flush. We're gonna bleed all the brakes with a tool that you can do it solo, without any air compressors, anything like that. So I'll see you in that video. Hope this video helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.